Singing aye, we're a voting aye. Singing aye, aye, we're a voting aye. Singing aye, aye, yippee, we didn't want you, kippy. Sorry about that. I just was kind of I had this song from YouTube in my head, by a guy called Andy Clark. We're a voting aye. Look it up. Oh, hi everyone. Welcome to this Video Song Frontier video. My name is Jay Wakefield, and today, well, I've got something which is a wee bit of a return to the norm for me, because I know that I've subjected you all to kind of sensory videos, autism videos, and why I'm voting aye videos, why I'm voting yes videos. So I thought today I'd do some videos. I'd do well, at least a video. In fact, I've got at least two coming of something that you might actually consider a wee bit more classic Video Song Frontier. So let me just give me a wee minute. I'll get this cup of tea made up, and we'll go to it. Kippy singing aye. So, this video, I've been meaning to make it for a day now. Subject to this video is, well, it should be quite an interesting one. Would you look at that nice mug of, well, not Scottish blend, it's Scottish label. Okay, I'm back. So what we have here is a wee box. Well, it's not really that wee, but it is a box. What I'm going to do in this video is kind of open this box. As usual, I've got a knife. Now you want to be careful with this. For example, if you think that we are better together, you're probably going to want a responsible adult to do this for you. But no. And safety equipment, I have a cup of tea. I might actually need scissors for this. We'll go get some. Got some scissors. Again, you want to be thinking safety first with these as well. And I really don't want to drop my cup of tea, so I'll put it in harm's way. So I spoke to the guy and I was able to get this shipped sooner. It's amazing, you know. Some eBay sellers are really quite communicative. You know, I mean, if you speak to them nicely enough, you know, you might get them to, I don't know, change the delivery, or even choose to deliver to you. You know, I mean, like I said, the Dell that I got, you know, it was put down as collection only, but you know, because I spoke to them, they actually sorted out delivery, you know, I communicated with them, they were really good. This is a Panasonic box. Oh, I was going to open it this way up, but because I'm OCD, I've realised the one in the Panasonic box is a bit upside down. I'm going to open it the right way up. There we go. Now, Panasonic Blu-ray player. Hint, I have not ordered a Blu-ray player. There we go. I'm making more cuts and I'm making more cuts than an intolerant head of a baseball team. Alright, I have a Mickey Mouse clover leaf power lead. I wonder what I got free with the power lead. It's quite a big box. And kudos to the guy for making the polystyrene inserts actually fit. Pretty well done, I've got to say. Oh, and I have a modem cable. That's kind of nice. Now, what else do I have? Well, I have this big block of bubble wrap, which is, I think, getting something solid. There's something solid in there. So, yeah, let's see. Like a game of Pass the Parcel. I remember playing a game of Pass the Parcel when I was 6 years old. Stop it at me! Not realising the object of the game is it's supposed to be random, you just stop the music, and whoever's got the package gets to open the layer off of it. Some of the... I've had some games of Pass the Parcel where you've got a, you know, you know, where they put a wee packet of sweets in between the layers, so it's like, you know, everyone who gets to take a layer off, you know, kind of wins a wee bit of something. It's quite good. I really like it. But then, of course, you know, you got to the centre and it was still pretty impressive parcel. This is brilliant, this. It's just a game of Pass the Parcel. I'm aware that that's not how you... I am aware that the grammatically correct way of saying it is a game of Pass the Parcel, not an game of Pass the Parcel. But for the sake of comedy, yeah. Oh, we're getting down to the last layer. Right, I think we're finally at the last layer. It's quite a slippy one, this. What have we got? Ah, yeah. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a Compaq Armada 7770 DMT. And I got it to replace my 7750 DMT, which was, unfortunately, it died a wee bit. However, I do have some optical drives and things like that. And this has got an American keyboard layout. This comes with the flippity floppity drive. And the keyboard feels nice as ever. It's, so instead of me just typing on this willy-nilly, why don't we get it powered up? So, here is the machine. Now, time to plug it in. Now, I bought a couple of 7750s. Well, it was two, we didn't know the state of them, to try and replace mine. And when I plugged one of them in, I think it was a voltage regulator went, and it actually went with a bang. Literally, it just went. I saw kind of a flash of orange. So, please forgive me, but I'm a wee bit nervous about plugging this in. Seriously. But, oh yeah, and what happened is when I did plug it in, it actually tripped my electricity. So, I mean, there is that, if anything goes wrong, it should, kind of trip it. If you know what I mean. Oh, that's nice. It comes with this, a Dell PCMCIA card. I like these. And then what's this in here? This is something else. It's a card blank that's in backwards. Seriously. See if I can actually get it sorted. Oh, dearie me. No, I'll tell you what this is. This is a PCMCIA compact flashcard reader. Would you look at that? It's quite good because these always come in handy. I think I've got a slower CF card one somewhere, and I can use it to copy files over, and I don't necessarily have to waste all my CDs. So that is a good idea, especially for Windows 95 computers that don't have USB ports. In fact, before I do plug this in, and yes, I am a wee bit chicken, let's see what we've got on this system, because I've not actually given you the tour. Although this was photographed as working on the eBay ad, so it should be okay. Right. So, let's do it properly. On the front side, you have some LED indicators, things like hard disk, battery, charge, power, that sort of thing. Then you've got your hard disk caddy. Then you have a floppy drive. This is a multi-bay, so it can take the CD-ROM drive. And then on the right you have a Kensington lock slot and some PCMCIA card slots, 2 type 2, 1 type 3. Modem output. This does have a modem. And I believe those to be kind of air vents or enhancement to the sound system. On the rear of the machine you have a DB9 serial port, infrared. I think the RS232 ones are the 25-pin ones, actually. I've been saying RS232 for 2 years and not sure that's entirely correct. But I know DB9 is definitely, well, the name of this particular type of serial port. You've got microphone, headphone out, line in. IEEE 1284, now I know that to be correct, parallel port. Docking station port. PS2 mouse and keyboard port, VGA port. And then the cloverleaf ACN power adapter. Then you have, this is a vent, not a speaker. Nothing else on this side. Now, my friend Elmo3 will like this. The speakers are actually built in to the display. If you have speakers built into the palm rest, if your palms are not, if your wrists aren't covering them, they can still actually catch dust and then sound completely awful. So that is why my friend Elmo3 doesn't like them. But this Compaq Armada, these tend to follow the designs of the older LTEs where they had those that had multimedia had the speakers built into the screen. This is a Pentium MMX, 233 MHz, and it's got some RAM anyway. Enough of being chicken, time to actually plug this in. So I've turned the flash off, so we might actually get a chance to see what's on the screen, or the colour of the sparks that fly out. Okay. Smoke test! Okay. It's alive, and if we look down, we see a charging light. And the sound of a fan. Now let's switch it on. So once again, smoke test! I'm going to pull it this way somewhat, I'm really sorry. So the screen is on, but it's extremely faint at the moment. But these usually are. And it's got 144 megs of RAM. Yeah, quite a lot. And it's running Microsoft Windows 98. Actually looks better looking at it through my phone screen than it does in real life. So, there's no usernames on here. So, let's scroll down. The left mouse button still feels quite healthy on this. Let's see if I can actually... Oh, it doesn't seem to be any sound. Oh well. So it's Windows 98 2nd edition, I believe. And it's got some programs on it. WinZip, Cheyenne, something. In the start menu, the taskbar set to auto hide. Let's see if I can actually up the brightness on this display. I'm just trying to think where the blooming thing is. Oh yeah, there we go. FN and F10. That's made no difference at all. But as the machine warms up, actually, I think it will brighten. In fact, yeah, it has. It's a lot brighter over here now. In real life. On the camera, it just kind of looks perfect, actually. Adobe Acrobat 3.01. 144 megs of RAM, Pentium processor. It is me at home. And it is Windows 98 2nd edition, because it says there, Windows 98 2nd edition 4.10.2222A. So, I wonder if there's any sound. MS-DOS 6. I wonder if this has been upgraded. I don't believe for one moment that it's a 2 gig hard drive. I just think it's not been properly partitioned. But then what do I know? I mean, it could be the 7750 had a 2 gig drive. That's fine. This machine does smell a wee bit musty. Okay, so... Aha! Still no sound. And that's because it's on mute within Windows. So let's... Nothing. The speakers seem to work, because I heard them. Oh, that's because everything's set to bloody mute. Now we've got kind of background test. MIDI, CD audio. I'll keep line unmuted, and I'll... Right, so let's see now. Yep, that works, with a wee bit tinny. Yeah, I might actually turn some of these values down a wee bit. You know, just to... Yeah. Just to kind of... There we go. Much better. Let's see if I can play some MIDI. It'd be quite interesting to see what specs this machine has. Which means I'm going to need to make up some diagnostic diskettes. But if it's not installed, I do plan to install the utility partition anyway, the diagnostics partition. And I wonder if there's... I don't necessarily plan on going through the previous owner's files, because, to be honest, yeah. Let's play some passport.mid. Oh, I wonder if it's installed some cheap wavetable synthesis. Yep. Let's try ESS FM synthesizer. It's nice that Windows 98 will make any sound card do GS wavetable synth. Sounds a lot more primitive, but a lot more genuine. I can't turn it down! There we go. Oh, it's only playing half the notes. Well, I've seen enough. I wonder what's installed in add-remove programs. Huh. Hee-haw. Someone had a... Jang's this laptop pure hoaches. Someone... What the hell? Where were they storing it? Somebody's boot locker? It does. It kind of smells like feet. Is someone using their feet to type on this? I wonder. I think someone might have been touch typing with their feet. It stinks of foot. Yeah, this might need cleaned up. Jings. I'd almost welcome the stench of stale cigarette smoke. Although I wouldn't really, because it'd get into the internals. I mean, my Dell Latitude C500 smelt of peat, and in a way, you know, whiskey, which was brilliant. Being a Scotsman who likes Loch Sooner, yeah, perfect. But right, anyway, so not much is installed on here, which is kind of good because, well, I don't plan to leave any of this installed anyway. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop down to DOS mode and see what the hard disk drive situation is doing. So that's me down at DOS. Yeah, I do wish to enable large disk support. Oh, maybe it is only a 2 gig drive. I don't actually mind, if I'm going to be completely honest. I really don't mind at all. However, I believe that, I only believe that the partition is, the recovery partition is noticeable by its absence. So, yeah. Don't you swear at me. But you know what? I'm really happy with this machine. I really am. I've been after a 7770 for a long while, actually. UXW Bell has one of these. B Goins 88 on YouTube used to have one. And he sold it to Billy Coore. And he used to have it as well. These are fantastic machines. So let's see now if I can. I'm going to boot using the Windows 98 disk. And I'm going to delete all the partitions. And while I'm at it, test if the floppy drive works. And to be honest, it doesn't fill me with much confidence because I can't get a disk in. Something is in there. I don't think this is working. That's okay though. Because I believe I have a spare. So I'll power this machine down and I will go and fetch the spare. So here's a spare. I'll test it first. That's absolutely fine. So what I'll do is I'll take out the drive that was in here. And I'll show you what it was doing. Couldn't get the disk out because there is something in this drive that it's safe to say shouldn't be, or yeah, it might be something really simple, but I'll have to break into it to find out. So I'll just use this drive and hope that this works, because this came with one of the set of dodgy 7750s. One of them does work, it just needs a working screen on it. I hate to say it, this drive doesn't sound at all healthy. Yeah. We have a broken drive, people. Ah, now we're getting somewhere. And it's at this point I realise I've loaded in the wrong boot disk, because what I have done is loaded in the Packard Bell Restore disk, which is very useful. Not, because this is a Compaq. Please make sure the Packard Bell Master CD is in the CD-ROM drive. You'll have a job. Because the CD-ROM drive is right here. And I know what you're saying. You're saying, but gee, that's too small to fit in there. Well, would this help? Let's hope this drive is working, because I've not had a chance to test it. So this is one of those drives that I believe is towards the end of its life. Great stuff. And I can install Windows using the CD-ROM if that works, which I hope it does. There you go. But I really want the floppy drive working. Come on. Yes, I know I'm starting it incorrectly. Well, there is another option. Now we'll go and get that. So here is a floppy drive that I got parallel part style. What I'm going to do, while I'm unpacking this, I will start up and then shut down this machine. Okay, now this is black, but hopefully it should fit, it should parallel part into this computer absolutely fine. What I'll do as well is I'll put the CD drive in here. Let's see if that goes. I hope so. Whoops. Right, so this cable's a wee bit short as well. So give me a moment. Plug one end into the IEEE 1280 for parallel port, and plug the other end into the floppy disk drive. Make sure it's in the right way up. It wouldn't be a bad idea. There we go. Cross my fingers, hope it works. Like I said, I mean, this is a floppy drive from a newer model, but hopefully it should still go. If not, I believe that the floppy drive will fit in this caddy and plug straight in. Sneaky. However, first of all, I want to also check, I mean, may as well stick the CD drive in while we've got it now. Now, first off, let's see if it even gets power. Oh no. And I didn't even recognize the floppy disk drive. Come on! Now I know some newer drives will fit, so that's not the biggest problem. Hopefully I should still be able to find... I should still have the old drive from the other Armada. I hope I do. But that floppy drive didn't work in parallel, so maybe, just maybe, I can get it to work using this. I know it looks dodgy, but yeah. Seems to work. Yep, that's me got power to the floppy drive. There we go, we're in the Windows 98 boot disk. So the plan is now, okay, that's obviously not going to do it either. So let's try a completely different approach. Sorry about this. I always seem to forget which discs are which, so that's a good idea to label them. Okay, and we're back, and I'm using a floppy drive from my 7800. It fits, but it's kind of not the same colour as the rest of the machine. So once again, I've done the whole installing a black drive in a beige chassis. Why do I always end up having to do this? Oh, jings. Anyway, what we have is a Luke Muller. And we have the diagnostics diskette. And what I'm going to do is install the diagnostic partition on this machine. And then the rest of this I can actually do with a CD-ROM. So I don't need to worry about the floppy drive again. So I just need to go to Install Computer Setup.
The diagnostic partition does not exist. Use a PC diagnostics diskette to create a partition.
I thought that was a diagnostics diskette. Okay, whatever. Whatever. And now I sound like a petulant teenager from the year 2000, but never mind.
Whatever.
Whatever. Like whatever.
Like, oh my god, hair and makeup.
Aye, the lads weren't much better. It was like, oi oi, Manchester United, oi oi. No, that was 1996. But yeah, I'm just trying to think what the lads were like. I mean, we were just like, oh, fuck you, I'm going on the PlayStation. Okay, the hard drive does not have a diagnostics partition. It is strongly recommended that you allow this program to create a diagnostics partition and install the correct software onto this partition. To create this diagnostic partition, you must have the diagnostics diskette and the setup diskette. Sounded so much like William Shatner just then.
You need a disk.
Your system must now be rebooted to continue the installation process. Once the system has been rebooted, and the new diagnostic partition will be formatted, and the files will be copied to the partition. Please ensure that the diagnostics diskette is inserted properly into drive A.
Scotty, hit the button.
I did.
Oh, okay.
It's nae good, Captain! None of the floppy drives work! This machine's got 144 megs of RAM. I think that's a strange amount of memory to have. Sorry about that. When I finish choking, I will... I'm looking forward to actually going into computer setup and completely carbon dating this machine, seeing what all it has. I wish I had the dock to it so I could actually do like UXW Bill does and play with the eject mechanism.
Oh yeah, hit the button.
Yeah. This is a machine that UXW Bill has.
Yeah, he was pretty happy with those machines.
Oh yeah. Oh, and the speakers are in the screen.
Good, Compaq. Good, you figured it out. Don't put them in a damn palm rest.
To create or upgrade the diagnostics partition, you must have the diagnostics diskette and the setup diskettes. The following prompts will ensure the proper diskettes are available. Please insert the setup diskette. Well, this better not be going on me, this drive. It's just not.
Was I having trouble?
Oh no, please insert the PC diagnostics diskette. You'd think that it wouldn't need this one because I've just booted from it. Copying files to the diagnostics partition.
That sounds like a healthy drive to me.
What, you mean it actually does?
Just the sound of the
Yeah, the 7800, because the drive's out of the 7800, which is a newer machine, it must have been past the whole Compaq awkward 90s. We've made a drive that goes...
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah. See, I hope this works. You can. Let's just go right now, so...
I'm just taking its time. You
know, like I said, yeah, better blooming work. It's just been quite a quite an adventure. I mean, I've ended up throwing out 2 floppy drives. They were the 2 that made that silly whiny sound.
Oh yeah, those floppy drives.
And I've got, what I can do is, because I've got an adapter, I'll actually buy a floppy drive for a later model and put that in it.
You can do that.
It might be the way to go. Although it does seem to kind of bend the... It does seem to bend the dock a bit out, the adapter a bit out of shape, but still fits. Just annoying.
It's not molded completely correctly.
No. But it does work, so I think what I'll do is I'll just get another one of these drives and stick it in there.
Right, okay.
The adapter was for a CD drive, but now, you know, I've found the original CD drive for my old 7C750, so I just thought that would actually work.
Yep.
Right, so I had to try a different disc for the diagnostics disc, and it worked out. Installation of the diagnostics partition is complete. In the future, you can run the Compaq utilities directly from the hard drive. To do so, press F10. At the power on time, when a large block cursor appears in the upper right corner of the screen. This utility is provided to help you set up and diagnose your computer. You should use this utility when you want to change the computer's configuration and when you want to change or test your computer's options. To continue to the next screen, press Enter. And now I just want to exit from the utility and restart the computer. So, a large white block will appear over there. There we go.
My dog had an infection.
Hey, Billy.
Dog.
We're just...
I'm still listening to Rock and Waves. I just had it muted right now.
The netbook.
So now we're in the setup partition, and yes, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, gee, that looks a lot like Windows 3.1. And you're right, it does look a lot like Windows 3.1. So what have we got on here? Compaq Armada 7770DM. It's also a T. It's got an active matrix display. Intel Pentium with MMX. Speed 233. I thought as such. ROM date 51398. Serial number. Base memory 640K. Total memory 147456. Time wrong. Battery wrong. Let's see now. See if I can set the date. What date is it today?
Today's the 6th.
6th of the 9th. And it's not quite midnight here, so it is here.
6/9/14. There you go.
Yep. Or 9/6/14 if you're in America.
Yeah, because dates.
20, I would say 57. Can I write it here? No, I have to do the BIOS thing. And in fact, I actually have to click with the mouse.
Speaking of BIOS thing, that reminds me.
Oops.
Wait, are you recording a video?
Yep. Sorry. There we go. And now, what I plan to do is install Windows 95. So I'll be back once I've done that. Alright, I'm installing Windows 95, so we've ended up with a belly.
Right when I was yawning. Hello.
Yeah, my videos are that boring to put folk to sleep. So, I've formatted the hard drive, and now I'm booted off of it. I use the /S switch to make the drive bootable. So, with the Windows 95 files copied, I just need to type setup, and I'm going to use /IS this time, because the Windows 95 version of ScanDisk needs himem.sys to be loaded, and it isn't. So here we are. I'm gonna FN and tab. Welcome to Windows 95 setup. Congratulations on your choice of Windows 95, the newest and easiest way to do what you want with your PC. Setup will take from 30 to 60 minutes, depending on the speed of your computer. To begin setup, click Continue. So now it's just a way gathering its thoughts. With the world's slowest hard drive. I'm going to click Yes to agree. Oh, by the way, this is why we need to vote yes.
Yes, it is, apparently.
Yeah. Obviously, this is going to take a while because there's no flippity drive. But, I mean, it'll sort itself out. If you've got no floppy drive in the machine, don't worry, this bit usually takes a while. But, here it is. Welcome to the Windows 95 Setup Wizard. Again, I'm going to not have it installing c:\windows.000. That just looks untidy. Well, this machine came to me, guys, with Windows 98 on it. But, you know, I fancied 95 instead. Oh, now for my product key. So I've entered my name and registration info, my name and company info, my products key. Now we're going to look for hardware. So, CD-ROM drive, sound card. Now this will take a while. So, I don't know, go and have a biscuit or something. I've made my cup of tea already. I mean, you can make one of those, but then you'd have nothing to do during the installation phase. Well, I suppose you...
The thing is that, I think most of the biscuits nowadays have quite a bit of dry rot.
Dry, rotten biscuits. Ugh.
Terrible.
Do you know what? I'm really glad we don't have those in Scotland.
I think those are a bit stale.
Maybe. This is what you have to do, though, when you, you know, when you're below the breadline, as a lot of people in the UK are. I've just noticed something. The hard drive light on this doesn't seem to be... Oh, there it is. It's funny that my phone... Oh, yeah, there it is. Just very faint flickering. This machine might be a candidate for a 4GB CF card upgrade.
That'd be nice.
This hard drive's making a sound that sounds a bit like distant machine gun fire. Yeah, go and wash your car there, apparently. I wonder if
you want to hear what that really sounds like, go to my YouTube channel. I uploaded that entire jingle, so the entire world can now get that stuck in their heads.
Yep, that's www.youtube.com/roadgeek. And Luke is www.youtube.com/elmo3. I know one of my viewers, you commented on one of my last videos with Billy and Luke in, asking if these guys had YouTubes. The answer is yes, they do. It was Billy's YouTube that actually motivated me to start YouTubing and collecting old computers. And Luke's YouTube motivated me to actually, I don't know, specify gigabyte boards. And computers that...
And what's the Luke? I actually bought myself a brand new gigabyte board last night from Newegg, so if I have any problems with this, I can easily blame Luke.
Yeah, if gigabyte boards go wrong.
My internet just went dirt.
Yeah, it was...
Thanks to Luke, I bought myself a gigabyte board, brand new last night. So if something goes wrong, if something ever goes wrong with it, I can blame him.
If this was Windows 98 setup.
I've seen a couple of newer gigabyte boards. They're not getting good reviews.
Oh no. Damn it!
But, like, newer ones.
Not.
I guess the socket 1150s. I got a socket 1155.
Luke, why? I just got an 1150.
He just lost Luke.
Oh, he's ran away. You don't drop and run.
He quit being such a liberal and hard reset himself.
Yeah.
You don't drop and run. I've just got a gigabyte board for Action on Disability, the, socket 1150. Oh, James. If that goes wrong, then they're not gonna... stick to Asus. Stick to what you know, Jay. Although, to be honest, when building machines, I've never stuck to one particular manufacturer. I mean, my 2001 custom built, that was an Epox motherboard with a VIA chipset. My 2004 custom built was a Biostar with a Enforce chipset. That went well, not. The 2006 custom built was an A-bit with a ULI chipset. 2007 custom built was a MSI with an Enforce chipset. And then I had some Macs. And then then I had the 2012 custom built with, that was an ASRock with an Intel chipset, G41. And then, I use Asus and Intel. Pretty good. No. I'll install this, yes, on my terms, not yours, mine's. Now, let's see if I can delete some online services. Okay, so I don't want client for NetWire networks. I'm going to install TCP/IP. The reason I'm installing all this is because you never know. I might one day actually connect this up to a network. We'll have to see. Computer name. And then work group. And no monitor, it's a laptop display, 1024 by 768. Oh, hang on. No, I've done it wrong. This is actually an American keyboard. The regional settings can stay the same, British. The keyboard layout is actually United States 101. And now, this is a way to install Windows 95. Now at this point, as you know, I would suggest to go and make a cup of tea. But I've already got one, so I'm just going to sit here and chat to Billy and Luke and enjoy my cup of tea.
It's like a cooking show. I prepared one earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like Blue Peter or Art Attack on in British television. It's like, and here's one that I prepared earlier. Yeah, that was. Everyone said Blue Peter. That was an amazing show back in the 80s, 90s. Blue Peter was. Everyone knew about Blue Peter.
For those in the U.S., does anyone remember the Frugal Gourmet on PBS?
Frugal Gourmet.
Yeah.
That actually sounds like it would be a PBS program.
Yeah.
I'm very much aware of PBS because it was the PBS that actually brought Computer Chronicles to the US.
Yep.
So I know all about the public broadcasting service, and I would pledge money to get Stuart Chaffee to come back on the air.
We should see an increase in the use of PBS by the year 2016.
Really? With an increasingly conservative Congress? I highly doubt it. Luke, do you remember Frugal Gourmet?
Nope, I didn't watch much PBS.
I used to watch it with my mom when I was a kid. I didn't really understand it because it was a cooking show, but I remember watching it anyway. I remember some of the later episodes. You see, it was hosted by a guy named Jeff Smith. I think he died a while back, though, but he was still doing this show in the 90s. This was in, like, 1997. He had someone helping him cook on his show, and it was Elmo from Sesame Street.
I remember, I can't even mind if it was The Simpsons or Family Guy that had a Tickle Me Elmo that was all tickled out. And
it was The Simpsons. No means no for Elmo. It was Mo that was a victim of that.
Ah, right, yes. Well remembered. Pretty good, actually. No, no means no for Elmo. No, that is a shame. I remember when I was a lad, I had a toy rabbit, I think it was, and it you'd press the you'd press on its belly and it'd be like
Oh yeah.
I like the teddies that made noises. I don't think you have kind of square wave like tunes now in toy teddies.
Yeah.
I think my time is my childhood has passed, and don't I know it?
Yep, same here.
So I mean, kind of being alive in the 90s, I think I was on the cusp between, kind of a relatively normal childhood and, the technological takeover.
Yeah.
I mean, in my childhood, there were kids getting mobile phones, there was things like that, but I mean, it was, but I mean, I still remember going out biking, playing ball games,
Me too.
stuff like that, I mean, everyone kind of had a bike in the 90s, and, I remember doing the whole kind of, cardboard box over the tires thing, make it go like, hey, I've got a motorcycle. You stick a baseball card there. You see, we had football cards like soccer. And, kind of like football players, and then you'd get the books. It was football stickers, actually. You'd get the books that you put your football stickers in, and you'd buy them from the newsagents, when you had money. Okay, now that Billy's finished messing around with the Doppler effect, Yep. Here is the desktop of Windows 95. We're installed. Now, I've already taken the liberty of installing the large mouse pointer drivers because I kind of need them. So, what we're away to do now is install some drivers, because we need those, because the computer won't. A little function, but not the best without them. So, I want the display driver by S3. I guess I'll be installing this manually. So to do that in Windows 95, you go to the display properties, hit advanced properties, then you there's the adapter, you click on change, Sorry, I'm doing this a wee bit fast. Right, and what you do is you go to Have Disk. Now we don't want it to seek from drive A because it'll take forever. So I've just put d:\n, so hopefully it'll just... Or maybe not. It'll just be like... Yeah. Oh, brilliant. That didn't work as well as I was hoping, but it will come up. Eventually. There we go. I'm just going to go to D, drivers, S3, and disk 1. Because it's an S3 driver that this machine needs. Compaq used S3 a lot. And hopefully this is the right one as well. So what I want is I'm going to have high color 16-bit. I'm going to show the settings icon on the taskbar. And it's going to be 1024 by 768. So now the machine has booted down to DOS to install the driver and reconfigure everything. And once done, it will cycle back into Windows 95. This always takes a wee bit because it's got to reload Windows. Oh, there we go. What on earth? Hang on a minute. I now find out this is not an XGA screen like the 7750 I had. This is in fact an SVGA display. And I've got to be honest, I don't mind a bit. Means it's easier to see. This is absolutely fine with me. I'm perfectly happy with this being an SVGA display. I actually did used to find the 7750 a bit difficult to see. Okay, so now it's the next night, and I've finished with the Armada. I've finished setting it up. Now, I don't have Encarta 98 installed, but I do have the rest of Home Essentials 98 installed. There are a couple of games, not any of the DOS games, but it's just basically Best of Entertainment Pack, which includes a game of Ski Free, if I can find it. Oh, there it is. Whee! Excellent, because that's what I always wanted to do, was fall down. Whoa!
Whoa.
I wish I had rockets in my skis. Oh wait, I totally have rockets in my skis. No, I don't.
What?
Stewie Griffin from Family Guy, you remember? Racing on the road to Rupert. He had blooming rockets. He crashed into a tree. Then he got his butler to throw tea over the wee kid, and he kind of won that way. Dirty tactics. That's the sort of stuff that will get you employed by the Better Together campaign. Whoa! I love that kind of dodgy comedy sounds from the 80s and 90s. And the dodgy comedy lines. If you're here, that means, oh boy. Smooth move, X-Lax. Do you think this guy would lie for weed? We don't think so. So as soon as I've done playing this game and coming up with hackneyed comedy lines, I'm playing this game very badly, I might add. Whoa! I'm not that good at Ski Free. I'll be... Whoa!
Luke doing his Christopher Walken impression once again. Wow.
Help!
Wow, wow, wow.
I got eaten by the Yeti. And there's a copy of Microsoft Office 97. Very nice. Very Luke approved.
Yeah. I do like my Office 97, 2000 XP, and 2003.
Something about that layout.
Oh, I love 2003.
I remember using 2003 at school. It was,
I put that on the XPS.
Oh, yes.
That's what it came with.
My Ergo Ensys came with Office 2003 originally. Front Page Express for Internet Explorer.
An idea, Luke. Take that XPS into your main XP machine.
There you go. This is a video spoiler for LML 3.
I suppose I could.
Or you could put Linux on it.
They run 7 though, so...
So, I've installed the Active Desktop Update because this is a Pentium 233, so it kind of would go well with it. So yeah, that has been a video of the Compaq Armada 7770 DMT. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please feel free to subscribe to me and like us on Facebook. URLs will both follow. Guys, do you have any final comments?
I used to own one of those. It was a great laptop. You probably seen it on my channel recently, but unfortunately I had to sell it. But other than that, it was a great laptop to have.
Yeah. Luke, any final comments?
Just say Brutz and Levy.
Yeah, Brutz.
Ladies and gentlemen, the height of intellectual conversation there. Kidding on.
Totally intellectual. I could be as philosophical as possible right now.
Philosophical.